You think I'm stupid, son?
No, sir.
Yes, you do. You're trying to con a con man. You're not even learning anything on the streets, are you? You come with me.
Let's take a call, man. Hold that thought, man. Let's try to take a call. We didn't have these cats on hold for a long time, man. I appreciate you guys staying on hold. So let's go ahead and take another call, man. We got 908. 908 is on the phone. What's going on, man?
What's up, man? It's Hector Barber from New Jersey.
Hector Barber. What's good, fam?
What's going on, brother? I'm a big fan of your show. I love your boxing talk.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. What's...
Yeah, but I wanted to ask like a couple questions, right? Because you guys were talking about the Triple G, and you're right, he's very overrated. And I kind of look at him like Floyd Mayweather, to be honest. The only difference to me, I know you're going to be thinking, what this guy's saying. The reason why I say it is because...
you just extended the show another hour now, man, with that one. But go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you know why? Because to me, I'm a humongous boxing fan. And I just look at it like, you know, Mayweather had better names under his catalog than Golovkin does. You know, because to me, Mayweather fought everybody towards the end of his career. And, you know,
no, the beginning too.
The beginning
too. But go ahead.
Yeah, so, you know, I kind of look at it like the same, you know, and how can I say it? I think it's like overhyped. They're overhyping Golovkin, and I really think that he just falls in the same category as like a Floyd Mayweather to me, because it's like, to me, Floyd ducked a lot of guys that he should have fought, like Golovkin should have fought Andre Ward, and he ducked that one. So, you know, I feel that, you know, at the time, Floyd could have fought Paul Williams or Antonio Margarito or fought Cotto in his prime, you know, and, you know, I look at little things like that, you know.
Okay, so, well, let me first ask you this question. If they are doing the same thing and Golovkin is 35 right now, why isn't Golovkin being praised like Floyd Mayweather today? Like, why are people like Teddy Atlas saying he's not even in the top 10? When Floyd was in the top 10, Floyd was pound for pound the best, like when he was in his early 30s. So, I mean, how do you compare them if they're not achieving the same accomplishments or accolades?
Well, I look at it as Floyd had the names to beat, and Golovkin is just, not to be racist, you know, but I think he's white, and, you know, everybody's hyping him up because, you know,
well,
he's
no
a
doubt.
white boy and he's knocking everybody out, you know. I'm just being honest.
Well, Abel Sanchez told me personally the reason why he decided to work with him was because he was white, and he knew how he would be received in the sport of boxing with that complexion for the protection. So go ahead. So I'm just saying, even his own trainer agrees with that assessment. So go ahead.
No, I understand that. And to me, it's like he's going to fight Jacobs. So perfect example, like Floyd. Floyd fought, what's his name? Oh my goodness, that guy, Zab Judah. He fought Zab Judah. I knew he was going to be Zab Judah. Floyd Mayweather fought Canelo Alvarez. I knew he was going to be Canelo Alvarez. He fought Arturo Gatti. I knew he was going to be Arturo Gatti. It's the same pattern.
Well, just knowing. Hold on. Let me go back to the Canelo situation real quick. And I know AK and Kirk, I know you guys want to chime in, but before you guys chime in, because this is going to be fun. But let me go ahead and just ask you this question with Canelo. If Canelo, let's just reverse things real quick. If Canelo was the one that was almost 40 years old, he was naturally the smaller guy at 147. And Floyd was at age 23, 24, right? And he was the one that wanted to fight against the old lion, and he was naturally bigger, and he's in his prime. Who would you have picked to win that fight?
Come on, you know who.
Okay, so yeah, we know it's Floyd Mayweather. So my point is, doesn't that show that Floyd Mayweather is on a complete different level? If Floyd, when he's old, you knew he was going to be a young much bigger, 15 pounds bigger and stronger, you knew he was still going to beat him.
No, I'm sorry to cut you off. But
Go ahead.
He made Canelo come down. Come on, bro.
He made him come down.
So you think? What do you think
would happen? What do you think would have been different if Canelo would have had the 2 pounds? What do you think would have been different in the fight?
Listen. He made him come down 2 pounds, and then on top of it, he was still young. Let's now we talking boxing here. Let's compare Floyd Mayweather's amateur international experience compared to Canelo fighting all over Mexico. Come on, man. You got Floyd Mayweather at 16 years old beating guys from freaking Australia, and you got freaking Canelo beating guys from Cancun, Mexico. It's a difference.
That's my point. But you making my point though. And one more thing though, like you said, if Floyd Mayweather, think about this for a second. Once again, you have a guy almost 40 years old, and he's fighting against a guy that's young enough to be his son, 15, 20 pounds bigger than him, undefeated at a higher weight class. And you feel that the old man hold on. You feel the old man had more of an advantage over this young man, but you just admitted that if it was the other way around, Floyd would have won in all of those situations in the same circumstance, right?
Okay, but to me, I look at it like a guy like Canelo Alvarez caters to Floyd's style. Because he comes straight in, he has poor head movement, he doesn't have a jab at all, so it's just like he's a stationary target, so that's why it plays good for guys like Floyd.
But see, the thing is,
when he fought Oscar,
AK, I'm gonna let AK respond because I know he want to say something, but I'll just say something real quick. Before Floyd signed the contract to fight Canelo, people were saying that Floyd Mayweather was ducking Canelo. I still got the comments in the comment section, but A-Rap, go ahead and chime in.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. I mean, people will say Floyd Mayweather is ducking Canelo, and then he's ducking him, and he's afraid of him. And Canelo called him out when he was 19 years old, actually. So it took almost like 3 years when that fight actually took place after Canelo called him out. But forget Canelo for a second, because you got to keep in mind, that's Floyd Mayweather's fifth weight class that he moved up to fight Canelo. Like, that's his fifth weight class. And Floyd Mayweather started at 154. That's like he fighting a Canelo at 200 pounds. Or like a heavyweight. But anyway, Floyd Mayweather, when he started his career, first of all, when Floyd Mayweather started his career, it took him 1 year to fight for his belt at 130. He fought the
he fought Gennaro Hernandez. That was 50 years old. That was
hold on now. Let's get the facts straight. Let's get the facts straight. When
rest in peace, Gennaro
No,
Hernandez.
hold on.
Let me finish my point.
All right, go ahead.
So he moved up to 130. I mean, he didn't move up. He fought the best guy at 130. Regardless if you think he's old or not, he beat the best guy at 130 pounds at that time. Now, when he also fought Corrales, another guy who was on the top pound-for-pound list. He knocked him out.
Who had a glass jaw. Yeah, all right.
Who had a glass jaw?
Who did
he just say? Diego Corrales?
Did you say, you didn't say Corrales had a glass jaw, did you?
No. Wait. I'm thinking of Diego. Yeah, Diego Corrales.
You had a glass jaw?
Dog, Diego Corrales had a margarito.
Like 4 times?
Oh, we can't. Well, you know what? It's no reason to keep talking after you said that. It's no reason to talking after you keep saying that. You just.
It's okay though. Let's keep going. Though. Let's keep going. Glass jaw or not, he still came back in one of the best comeback in history. That's the glass guy you're talking about.
Now, the guy that he fought that was a tough challenge was Castillo. That's the guy, it's Castillo. Yeah, he fought him twice, and the first time he beat him, and you all know that too. That's why he beat him.
Let me say this.
Wait, I have a question. Didn't Glassjaw Corrales beat Castillo?
Wow.
Oh, come on, man.
What do you mean, come on? What do you mean, come on? You just, first of all...
You know what? He beat him. But it was like, oh, man, come on,
Hey, bro.
And that fight could have went either way. That fight could have went either way. We both know that.
Did he beat him?
He knocked him out.
No, he beat him. Yes, he did.
Corrales had...
That fight could have went either way.
Corrales had one of the best chins in boxing, man. His chin was... He had like a margarito chin. Did you watch Corrales versus Robert Garcia? When Robert Garcia was the champion?
I'm getting confused between Corrales and Castillo. Castillo, which is the one that died? It was Corrales.
It was Corrales, but they both have a great chin, though. But both of them have a terrific chin, though.
Yeah,
But
I know that.
anyway.
Hey,
Okay,
I don't know.
anyways, it don't matter if you think he has a glass jaw or not. His legacy still speaks for himself.
No, it does. But do you see the pattern of like Floyd? He fought that guy Corrales. Then from Corrales, who he went to? Arturo Gatti. Do you really think Arturo Gatti had a chance? No, he didn't. And then he went to Zab Judah, which he sparred with him and was whipping his ass. Come on, man.
But who are you comparing?
With Golovkin and Mayweather.
Hey, who are you comparing Floyd to? Who are you comparing Floyd Mayweather to when it comes to who you would say is the best fighter?
All I'm saying, I said that Triple G is a cherry picker, and then Mayweather is another cherry picker.
How can
wind up picking guys? You see, like perfect example, like Jacobs. I wish that Jacobs could beat Triple G, but I know he can't beat him because he has a glass jaw, and I feel that he's going to put up a good fight the first half, and then towards like the 7th or 8th round, Triple G's going to catch him with some stupid shit, and then he's going to get knocked out. I hope that he could stand up to his power, but I don't think he could.
I had a question about the Margarito thing because you said Mayweather ducked him. Who did Margarito ever beat really to get a shot at Floyd? Do you know who he beat?
No, because so now wasn't Margarito, I think top 5, and then I think Cotto had to fight Margarito because nobody wanted to fight him. So I think Margarito was the champion.
Who did he beat?
I have a better question. I got a better question than that, but go ahead.
No. At that time, I think Paul Williams had a belt, Margarito had a belt, Cotto had a belt, and Floyd had a belt. All 4 of them had a belt around that time, and throughout that time, Floyd had fought Oscar, and then he saw that he had to fight one of those guys, and he was like, you know what? No, I'm gonna retire. So then he retires, and then he waits for all these guys to fight each other, and then he comes back in the scene, and then who he fights? Juan Manuel Marquez?
Wait.
Ricky Hatton, that Collazo almost.
Wait a minute. Wait, but Marquez knocked out Pacquiao though. So what do you mean when you say?
We both know that Styles makes.
Of
course.
That. But you can't take away credit.
There's no style that could be Floyd.
But you can't give credit. You can't give credit to Marquez. Hold on. Why didn't Floyd Mayweather fight Paul Williams when Paul Williams had to move up in weight because he couldn't get a Mayweather fight and he was calling him out? He has to get knocked out by Sergio Martinez. Okay, but once again, this is the question.
Miguel Cotto fight him because he called out Miguel Cotto plenty of times right after he knocked out Carlos Quintana.
But see, we getting away.
Cotto had nothing to say about that.
We getting
Cotto,
away.
and then wanted to make and Mayweather tried to make the fight with Cotto at 140, but Cotto wasn't trying to fight him because they said he was too green.
We are getting away from the point right now because the point, what it really comes down to is one question or two. Who are we comparing him to? Like you said, you're comparing him to Gennady Golovkin. We already know that Floyd Mayweather, by the time he was in his early 20s, he was already fighting better competition than Golovkin. You admitted yourself that. Well, hold on. Let me finish. Hold on. Let me finish. Now, you already admitted at the beginning of this conversation that Floyd was fighting better competition at the end of his career. That's what you said.
No. I said he had better names. He had better names,
but this is what I'm asking you. This is the last question. If Floyd Mayweather is a cherry picker, like Gennady Golovkin, who would you say has beat better competition than Floyd Mayweather in the last 25 years?
Like I said, it comes down to the names. Look, listen.
Answer the question, bro. You got to answer the question though. Because look, if I told you someone was a cherry picker, there would be nobody, you can compare that person to, to where it would contradict my point.
So like perfect example, Andre Ward could have cherry picked Kovalev. But no, what did Andre Ward do? He fought.
Hold on, dog. You never answered my question, dog. You never answered my question. We getting away from the question. Since Floyd is a cherry picker to you, you should be able to name tons of fighters that beat better competition than a cherry picker, right? So who would you say has beat better competition than Floyd Mayweather in the last 25 years?
I'm trying to think of the top of my head.
You're gonna be thinking for a while.
I understand what you're saying. See, the difference between Triple G and Mayweather is that in their divisions, fight. So now, let's say if Triple
Not
G
true.
and Floyd Mayweather had the same amount of names, big names, because Floyd fought all his big names on their way out, besides Canelo Alvarez. And to be honest, Pacquiao, he waited 5 years to fight Pacquiao. Why he didn't fight him after Cotto?
Well, let me answer that question. You talking to a reporter, bro. And let me just say this. I have the video, and I'll put the link in the description box. I'll pull it up. See, you got to know what you're talking about before you bring this stuff up, because Freddie Roach, he said on camera that it was Manny Pacquiao's fault that they didn't get the fight in 2008 because Manny Pacquiao didn't want to take the drug test. Then he said that he believes that Bob Arum wanted that to be Manny Pacquiao's last fight. So that answers your question right there. On top of that, when Floyd fought Manny Pacquiao was considered pound for pound #2, the best fighter in the world. And all of the polls that were conducted before the fight of who would win that fight, guess who they had winning that fight? They had Manny Pacquiao as the favorite with all the polls that they had did. Even on the Showtime HBO pay-per-view poll, they have Manny Pacquiao as winning the fight. So how can you take credit away from a guy who beat a #2 or #3 pound for pound best fighter in the world? You can't. How many past their prime fighters do you know that were considered pound for pound #2 or #3 in the world? If that's the case, then everybody in the top 3 right now, pound for pound, are past their prime. You feel me? So,
yeah. And then, Dante, and then another thing, if you're comparing them to Golovkin, just saying Golovkin doesn't have the names that Floyd Mayweather has when he fought, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
How many weight divisions did Golovkin move? Floyd Mayweather moved up 5 divisions. He fought the #1 guy at 130, the #1 guy.
Yeah, no, like I said, but that's why I mentioned those names. He went up to 130 and fought.
No, but,
hey,
but
bro.
it's like your comment.
Brother, I got. Hey, brother, I gotta let you go, man. But definitely call back, man. I really enjoyed the conversation. Call back anytime, but I just got to get to another call. All right, fam.
All right, thanks, man.
All right, take care, man. All right.
Dante, so let me finish my point.
Let me just say, was that 908? I don't remember. Okay. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, but
okay.
anyways, like he's comparing him to Golovkin, and Golovkin, he never moved up in weight to begin with. He's talking about, Golovkin could move up in weight and fight names at 168. There's a lot of names that was to say. There's names at 175. That's a huge name that Floyd Mayweather fought with Canelo. And Canelo offered him $15 million, and he still didn't take that fight.
Of
course.
How
do you compare a guy like that to Floyd Mayweather? Where Floyd Mayweather when he moved up in weight, he fought the best guys at every division. He called out Shane Mosley. When Shane Mosley was 35 and 32, and he's 35-0, and with 32 knockouts at lightweight, and Mosley didn't want that fight, and he moved up 2 weight classes and beat Oscar De La Hoya.
Listen,
right? He tried to fight Cotto when Cotto was undefeated. Cotto turned that fight down. He beat the guy at 140. That was the best guy at 140, Hatton. When Hatton called him out, and then he moved up in weight, and Floyd Mayweather beat him at 147, people said, oh, why he didn't fight him at 140? Because Hatton turned that fight down at 140 before Floyd Mayweather fought Oscar De La Hoya, because the risk wasn't good enough for Hatton at that time. So don't compare Floyd Mayweather to Golovkin, where Golovkin is kind of ducking the best competition that's around him, and the names that he could fight. He don't want to move up in weight, or he don't want to fight Eric Lara at 150, the guy from 154, because it's a risky fight, or it's an ugly fight, or whatever the reason is. And you comparing that guy to Floyd Mayweather.
Listen, man.
That
and real quick, and for you guys, and real quick, not to cut you off, AK, but just to let people know on hold, we're gonna take another call in a minute. But let me just go ahead and say it one more time, man. Look at the shirt, man. Look at the shirt, man. It takes a nation of 1 million. We're going to have to get another shirt. It takes a nation of 1 zillion decafs to hold me back. Now, when that man first said that Corrales had no chin, the conversation should have ended right then and there. You know what I mean? It should have ended right then and there. I mean, that's like a suspect, that's like finding out that the suspect, he got his blood, all in the motherfucking room, and he's saying he ain't never been to that house before. You feel me? I mean, that's the smoking gun right there. The conversation should have ended right then and there. But we were talking about this earlier, weren't we, guys? We were talking about the problem with a lot of boxing fans is they cannot separate their personal emotions from talking boxing. They let their emotions cloud their vision. Therefore, what they say, it makes no sense at all. Like I keep telling you guys, when Sergey Kovalev, when I found out that he was calling black people monkeys and all kind of stuff like that, I still give Sergey Kovalev credit for how good he is. I'm not going to now tell you all of a sudden he's a bitch. He don't know how to throw a jab. He throws the weakest jab. Look at how he fucking tied up, Ward on the inside. He's this. I don't do that because I can separate my personal feelings from talking boxing. And the majority of people in the sport of boxing, they can't do that. In the sport of boxing, they can't do that. And it's just that simple. So let's go ahead and take another call. Once again, Cat's been on hold for a while. I really appreciate you guys staying on hold. Let's see what we got here. We got 443. What's going on, 443?
Hey, what's going on, Dante?
All right, man. What's good with you? Where you calling from?
Oh, my name is Denzel. I'm calling from Maryland.
From where?
Maryland.
Oh, Maryland. Got you. All right, man. What's on your mind, man?
First off, I got to say, man, that dude y'all had on the line, y'all should have ended that like 30 seconds in. That was ridiculous.